What is going on? I know it might be a little corrupt over there, but what the hell? You can't have medical attention for Anthony Joshua? He allegedly had to be flown back to the UK because y'all don't have proper medical care? What is going on? I'm sure y'all have a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture, but hell no, don't nobody need to be going over there. Nigeria will never see me. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture. But what do you mean there was a fatal car crash where two people lost their lives? Okay. Involving Anthony Joshua. He didn't die. He's not one of the people that died. A very powerful man, very famous Nigerian boxer who just won like $100 million in a fight. And he had to be helped out of a car by regular pedestrians. Okay, cool. But then he was allegedly put in a police car because there's no ambulance. What the hell is going on? Nigerians always talking about how they got so much money, how they're not dirt poor, this, that, and the third. They always flexing they G-Wagons, they Lamborghinis. Why don't y'all have proper medical care? What is going on? I know it might be a little corrupt over there, but what the hell? You can't have medical attention for Anthony Joshua? He allegedly had to be flown back to the UK because y'all don't have proper medical care? What is going on? I'm sure y'all have a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture, but hell no, don't nobody need to be going over there. Nigeria will never see me. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture. But what do you mean there was a fatal car crash where two people lost their lives? Okay. Involving Anthony Joshua.
All right. Welcome to Political Roundtable with UB. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are all having a blast. Today is 30th of December 2025. We have just one day away before we can say 2025 is history. However, when it comes to Nigeria, 2025 is one hell of a year. First off, let me know if you guys can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, drop one in the chat. Can you please drop one in the chat if you can hear me? 2025 is one hell of a year, and I'm so sorry. I would like to start this show by saying this prayer. May Nigeria not happen to you. All right? If you understand that prayer, can you please drop a one in the chat? May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to your loved ones. May Nigeria not happen to your family and friends. And may Nigeria not even happen to your enemies. Because your enemy is also a friend to somebody. There is somebody who loves and cares for them. Nigeria happens to Anthony Joshua and his friends. Contrary to what's trending on social media right now, where a lot of people, the data boys, they are at it again. The data boys are of the opinion that, why are these people always dragging Nigeria in everything? You guys don't have something positive to say about Nigeria. Why would you say this? Why would you say that? And in my mind, what I usually want to say is, can you shut the F up? Nigeria happens to Anthony Joshua. That's where I'm going to start this conversation. And if you haven't lived in Nigeria, there is no effing way you're going to understand what we're talking about. I have this popular saying that, hey, as far as you live in Nigeria, whether you are a billionaire, a trillionaire, or a singlenaire, or a kobonaire, you are all freaky poor people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cursing, but when you monitor or follow some of the activities, some of the things that are going down in Nigeria, you can't help but to feel angry. So I said it. If you live in Nigeria, whether you are a millionaire, you are a trillionaire, or you are a kobonaire, a pennynaire, you are all freaky poor. Am I binu? One I know verse. Now waiting it be. Yes, you can live in the luxury area of Nigeria. I live in Banana Island, I live in Maitama, I live in this island. Shut the hell off. When it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to protection of lives and property, when it comes to at least valuing human lives, all of you are poor. In Nigeria, both the rich and the poor, they are all suffering together. I'm sorry. I know it sounds harsh. And I know right now some people will say, can this you be just at least pretend a little bit? Your channel is international now. Don't say this. Let's call it what it is. Everyone is suffering in Nigeria. It's the truth. When you compare living conditions in Nigeria, whether rich or poor, when you compare it side by side, what's going on, what's obtainable in the Western world, everyone in Nigeria is poor. We are just lying to ourselves. When you speak in terms of infrastructure, Nigerians are poor. Forget the I'm Adenuga, I'm Dangote, I'm Tinubu, I'm Sheyi, I'm this. Everybody is freaking poor. When it comes to healthcare, we are poor. Emergency response, we are so poor. Yes. And this Anthony Joshua accident revealed everything about what we'll be talking about. So this is going to be another hot topic on Political Roundtable. If you are here and you're ready to dissect it with me, I'm so ready. I already have my baby girl Abby in the studio. But let me start, and let me just start the show this way. If you look at the thumbnail, you're going to see what I have up there. Let me show you. So my thumbnail says, Tinubu, APC, tax reform, the Anthony Joshua tragedy. Is Nigeria a failed country? That's the big question. And the earlier we answer this question, the earlier we are sincere to answer this question, the better for all of us. Is Nigeria a failed country? That's the big question. So please join me as we dive into investigating what's going on with this Anthony Joshua incident. So first off, there are a couple of investigative questions we need to ask ourselves. We have to ask some of those questions on this show. For instance, what exactly happened during the accident involving Anthony Joshua? On what road and at what location did the incident occur? What time of the day did it happen? And what were the traffic conditions? Was AJ driving himself, escorted, or part of a convoy? Were there eyewitnesses? And have their statements been documented? Ooh. So we're going to explore all of that. We're going to look at the road and infrastructure conditions. What is the current condition of that road? Were there potholes, lighting, signage? Has that road been flagged previously for accidents or safety concerns? When was the last time the road was repaired or inspected? Which government agency is responsible for maintaining it? And why do major roads still fail safety standard despite heavy taxation? Let's talk about emergency response and medical handling. How long did it take for emergency responders to arrive? Was there a functional ambulance on the scene or nearby? Were basic trauma response protocols followed? Was Joshua treated locally or moved immediately to a private or foreign facility? Would an average Nigerian have survived under the same response conditions? This is the one I like the most. So anybody, data boys, I know you're gonna see this show. Pro Tinubu, pro APC, pro Tiwantiwa Ejashe, pro Nigeria is working. Stop demarketing Nigeria. Please help me answer this question whenever you get to see this video. Would an average Nigerian have survived under the same response condition? If Anthony Joshua were not Anthony Joshua, would this outcome have been the same? These are the questions I need you to help me make it make sense. So if we're talking about security escort and risk management, was there a security of police escort, and what was their role? That's a big question. Do we have any road risk assessment conducted before the movement? Who approved the route of private handlers of state security? Are celebrities and diplomats given different safety standards than citizens? Now, we're going to look at media accountability and public safety. Have federal or state authority officially acknowledged the accident? Did any government official visit the scene or issue a statement? What does this accident reveal about Nigeria's road safety crisis? How many ordinary Nigerians died yearly from similar preventable accidents? Where exactly are road taxes and transport budgets going? Pro-tax? My pro-tax people, I think that question is for you, okay? Where exactly are road taxes and transport budgets going? And let's talk about media coverage and narrative control. Why was the accident initially downplayed or delayed in reporting? Did local media hesitate because of political pressure or reputation management? Was the narrative shaped to avoid embarrassing the government? Would the story have been handled differently if fatalities occurred? Now, let's not also forget the other aspect of today's coverage, which is, of course, Tinubu APC tax reform. What is the link? What are like the correlation between Anthony Joshua's accident and this new tax reform? These are the questions. Okay? We all know taxes are meant to fund infrastructure and safety. So under the tax reform promoted by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, Nigerians are told that taxes will be broadened and enforced, revenue will improve roads, healthcare, emergency services, citizens must pay more for national development. Those are the rhetorics we get from the government. And the core question is, if taxes are increasing or being structured, why are critical public safety systems still failing? For the pro-tax people, these are the questions people like myself, we ask all the time. People have been paying taxes in Nigeria. Please, listen, my people. Sometimes when they promote this tax reform and stuff like this, they make it look like Nigerians weren't paying taxes. People are paying taxes in Nigeria. The figure will shock you. People are paying taxes in Nigeria for ages. A lot of Nigerians do pay taxes. Question is, can the government, especially the Tinubu administration, can they tell us in plain terms how much were generated through taxation and how much were spent in improving infrastructures and benefiting the lives of Nigerians? These are the questions we're asking. So the team, oh yes, let Tinubu do it. Tinubu is trying. Yeah, but let them tell us first. Okay, I know you people have been asking, what are we going to do with tax? Why are we asking for tax? This is what tax has been doing for the past 30 years. This is the amount that were realized through taxation. And this is what they want and what they did with it. This project is through tax. That project is done through tax. Show us the data. And I bet you there is nothing to show. And that is why some of us will tell you this tinubu tax reform is aimed at embezzling more money from poor Nigerians. Until the government show us otherwise, that is my take. So if we continue to examine tinubu taxation and its correlation to the Anthony Joshua incident, or accident rather, let's talk about the Anthony Joshua accident and the gap that has been exposed so far. Okay, now when Anthony Joshua had the accident, attention immediately shifted to road conditions. Next, questions arose about emergency response time, and of course public debate focused on why basic infrastructure failed. The accident became a real-life stress test of what taxis are supposed to fix. Now, the tax service accountability chain, tax reform logic, according to government claim, is simple. Pay taxes, government collect, infrastructure improve, citizens are safer. Now, the reality by this accident exposed that roads remains dangerous. Emergency services are slow or inadequate. Outcomes depends on status, weight, or access, not public system. This is where the policy contradiction lies. So, unequal outcomes highlight the problem that Anthony Joshua likely had immediate access to private medical care, security coordination, and of course, rapid evacuation options. Now, what happens if this is an average Nigerian who is also paying the same taxes? First, an average Nigerian will be faced with delayed ambulances, poorly equipped hospitals, fatal outcomes from similar accidents. So, tax reform without service delivery deepens inequality. The big question Nigerians are asking is, if taxes are increasing, why are survival outcomes still dependent on privilege? So, that is it, my people. You are welcome to Political Roundtable. My name is Benu Real. Let me welcome my real fam. Luke, what's up? Uncle Patrick, thank you for being here. Abby, you are already here with me. Abby, what's up? You welcome, Mama. How you doing, Abby?
Good afternoon.
Thank you, my sister. Thanks for being here. That Mom of 5, shout out to you, Mom of 5, Sister Yiku's Pepe. And for those who don't know, we are streaming this to Yiku's Pepe's channel. If you're watching from Yiku's Pepe's channel, shout out to you. How are you guys doing over there? Please remember to hit the like, and drop your take in the chat. I see you, Uncle Dio, and of course, who else? Oh, my pretty, lovely sister, Doopsy Hart, our own Mufresh. You welcome, my sister. Okay, who else is in the building? Sissy, what's up, Sissy? How you doing? Oh, Sissy said listening and walking. Why are you walking, Sissy? Today is no work. Enter 2026, so Sissy. Sister Oyi, how are you doing today, man? You're welcome to the show. Okay, I'm gonna share the link right now so we can examine this side by side. I see my brother, Fam Sam. What's up, sir? How you doing? Auntie Grace in the building. And my lovely sister, Obia Julu. How are you doing, mommy? You're welcome to the show. You're welcome. Glorious. What's up, Glorious Sanga? You're welcome. Sister Oye and everybody, you're welcome. And of course, my brother Kene in the building. Kene, I hope you can defend this new tax your grandpa won't collect. So, I beg you, Abego. And finally, I got Sister Timmy Lade in the building. You are all welcome. Okay, let's get this show started. We're going to read a lot of comments and we're going to react to everything that is ongoing. If you're ready, I am ready.
You are watching Political Roundtable with UB. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.
All right, Abby, to start things up, can you help me read through some of the comments we have in the chat already? Because this is about Nigeria and affects all of us, so I know people are responding already. So let's go through that real quick, Abby.
All right, sure, sir. So the first comment here is from Space, and she says, if you can't even give us the basic amenities, which Olori Buruku tax are you demanding? They are lucky area boys have not started causing chaos.
Yeah.
Sister Milade says, government wants to collect taxes from Nigerians without providing good basic amenities like clean running water in homes, free quality education from elementary to secondary schools, electricity, etc., etc. Sonny also says, I guess I meant this new horrible, forceful, and dictatorial levy of taxes. I think that's a follow-up comment. She said, you're right, I take that back. You're right, I take that back because when I worked at Elf Petroleum back in the early 90s, they used to tax us heavily, actually. Mr. Bieber said, Nigerian government and accountability. That's too much to ask our politicians. Kene is saying, Tinubu is in France hospital, and Akpabio is in UK hospital with our tax money. Lagos State makes billions on taxes. Keke drivers pay 3K daily. Uncle Ben. 3K.
Yep.
He's saying this is why no taxes should be paid until the Nigerian government shows that it can put taxes to good use. Auntie Grace is saying Nigeria has no answer to any of your questions, UB. Sam says failed country. Gypsy Hut is saying maybe they need to shame us at this point. That Momo 5 is saying we have beautiful culture, but that culture doesn't give two F's about anybody's life. Uncle Patrick says, Adiola, waiting be this. Oxygen at hospitals. You have to buy from the hospital or private company. And so he also says, the trauma of losing two companions, I can't even imagine. And lastly, Uncle Patrick says, in Niger, if anyone car in an accident, the body will be packed at the open back of a truck. This is disheartening. May Nigeria not happen to any of us in Jesus' name. Do you want me to read more? One more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Momo 5 says, a year ago, I called emergency services because I had chest pain. The paramedic got to me in 5 minutes, checked me over, and ambulance crew arrived at my address in 15 minutes. That's what we know to be life-saving.
Yeah, thank you, Abby. Uncle Patrick said, UB, are you serious? Accidentally victim made to walk and sit in front of police vehicle. Help me make it make sense. Thank you, Uncle Dio. Sister Yinka said, this isn't about a celebrity, it's about failed systems. What must change? Yeah, good question, Sister Yinka. Sister Yinka also said, when taxes are paid but system failed, who answer for it? I guess it's not going to be Tinubu. Sister Yinka say, if this can happen to Anthony Joshua, what about ordinary Nigerians? Well, ordinary Nigerians died in their thousands every year. So you can say, welcome everyone. This is a space. Okay, thank you, Mr. Yinka. Mama 5 said, a year ago, I called the emergency service because I had chest pain. A paramedic got to me in 5 minutes, checked me over, and ambulance crew arrived at my address in 15 minutes. That's what we know to be life saving. Thank you, Momo 5. Thank you, Momo 5. Yeah. Uncle Patrick also said in Nigeria, if anyone die in an accident, the body will be parked at the open back of a truck. This is disheartening. May Nigeria not happen to any of us in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, may Nigeria not happen to us. Sister Onyin said the trauma of losing 2 companions, I can't even imagine. Yeah. And Uncle Patrick said, Adiola, waiting be this oxygen in our hospitals. You have to buy from the hospital or private companies. This is crazy. And Doopsy Hot said, maybe they need to shame us at this point. I 100% support that. I think it's time they call our BS out. Sam said, failed country. It's beginning to look like that for me, people. I'm sorry, it's looking like that. And Auntie Grace said, Nigeria has no answer to any of the questions you be. I wish we could find an answer, Auntie. Glorious Senga say yes for so long. Are you saying Nigeria has been a failed country for so long, Glorious? And Auntie say this is why no taxes should be paid until the Nigerian government shows that it can put taxes to good use. In fact, let me start that one. I stand by that, Sister Oyin. Okay. Uweneka, my brother, can they say Tinubu is in France hospital and Akpabio in UK hospital with our tax money? All right. Now let's go back to analyzing this accident. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've seen argument and counter argument as far as this accident is concerned. Look at this. Just look at this for a minute. This is what the whole world is seeing right now. This right here is what the entire world is looking at. You remember when I did a show, I did maybe on our last political roundtable, when Sister Rose said Donald Trump don't respect Nigeria, and I said there is nothing to respect about Nigeria. This right here is what I'm talking about. Imagine how an accident victim is being handled. The people around him, they are star-struck. Who is calling the emergency line? Now, talking about emergency line, let me ask this question, everybody. If you know the emergency line to call if you run into accident in Nigeria, drop a 1 in the chat. Abby, can you help me put that in the banner? Let's see if our people really, maybe I'm the one who don't know. If you know the emergency line in Nigeria, here in America, we call 911.
The answer that the question you just asked.
You say what?
I should put the correct answer or the question you asked?
The question that I asked. If you know, if anybody know emergency number in Nigeria, the emergency line in Nigeria, drop a 1. If you don't know, drop a 2. Let's get serious with this. Doopsy, don't start now. Mufresh, I take off, beg you, never start. Mufresh said, call 419 graduate. I'm sorry, I don't want to laugh. I know this is a tragedy, but these my sisters won't stop commenting. All right, let's have the vote, please, everybody. This is a serious matter. Let's have the vote. If you know the number to call, drop 1. If you don't know the number, drop a 2. Me, Ben, I don't know the number, so I won't lie. I'm
you don't know, Uncle Ben?
Abby, I don't lie. I don't know the number to call in case of emergency in Nigeria. And that is the honest truth. Okay. I know one time they were promoting a number 222 or something. You did 222 or 211 or something.
It is 112.
It's 112. Okay. So
and if you're in Lagos, it is 767.
Now, Abby, that right there in itself is a problem.
That you don't know?
No. You just gave 2 emergency numbers now. Right there, that is a huge problem.
I mean, generally it is 112. But I think different states have their different ones. But obviously, I'm from Lagos State. That's why I know that Lagos State is 767. So I'm sure if you're from your state, you will know your own state, whatever.
But what I'm saying right now, you still don't get it.
No, I get it.
We are not supposed to have different emergency number. In America, a 3-year-old knows the number to call in emergency is 911.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are. In emergency situation, you call, you die 911. Now, I get what's happening in Nigeria. I think they have no central routing system, because when you call 911, I think the routing system, the way it works, depending on where you are, that you're making that call, that will now determine what unit we pick it up first. So we have a long way to go in Nigeria. So that's the question, people. Let's check it out. If people...
So, Uncle Ben, in the UK, right, you can also use 999, and you can also use 112. However, we've also been taught that if it's not really an emergency, but you're just a bit concerned, you can use 101. And then if you just want to talk to a healthcare professional because you're not sure if you should go to hospital or whatever, you use the NHS 111 service. So I don't know if it's similar to Nigeria, because in a sense, right, the general line for Nigeria is 112. So I'm not defending anything, I'm just putting out information. But if you want little things like road safety, you don't think it's too much of an emergency for Lagos, you can also use 767. But generally, 112 is supposed to work. So I'm just comparing to the UK system, where we're trained to understand that, listen, if it's not serious of an emergency, don't hold up the line. Use other services like 101 and 111, if that makes sense. So yeah.
For UK, okay, cool. But this is what I would say about that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say maybe America is better than UK, but I think America have a huge advantage over UK in this regard.
We'll come for you, Uncle Ben.
You guys can come. In America, our emergency line is 911. When you die 911, they're gonna ask you, do you need the police or you need the fire service?
It's the same with us, Uncle Ben. I'm just telling you that they've given us options for, in case if you are already aware that, oh, you just want to talk to a healthcare professional because my stomach is paining me one kind.
Abby, we don't have to go back and forth on the. All I'm saying is that it's complicated.
So it's the same, Uncle Ben. If you just have the knowledge, you don't have the knowledge, stick to the emergency line anyway.
Exactly, that's what I need. I don't live in the UK. If I come to the UK right now and I found myself in an emergency situation, what number should I call? That's the point.
Uncle Ben, we're saying the same thing. Still call 999.